Well, hello there, Commonwealth. This is Great Grandpa Gamer. I joined the Minutemen to, well, protect a checkpoint. But we're on our way to County Crossing. Let's just pick up a little ammo on the way.
This
You take care now.
to the
See you later. Sturgis gave me a call. He said the RadRoach is trapped. That sounds like code, doesn't it? The RadRoach is trapped. Some secret spy stuff. Honestly, I think he meant that the RadRoach is trapped. So, yeah, Sturgis has been working on the RadRoach over at County Crossing. I think I see the problem. Yeah, it's been a minute since I visited County Crossing. It looks like the settlers put up a fortification. Oh my word! I didn't know there was that much concrete in the entire Commonwealth. What on Lord's name did they do here? Why are all those cars there? What? Caveat. Enter gently used cars. No. They didn't open a used car lot. They did not. Now, who on earth is going to buy a car that's been sitting around for 200 years collecting radiation and rust? There's nobody in their right mind anywhere. I can't think of anybody who's that dumb. Maybe there are people who are that dumb. Okay, more power to them. Hey, you know what? Who else has been hanging out here? Young Shawn. Yeah, Nora visits Shawn right here quite a bit. He built himself a little tree house. Nice job. I think he was inspired by the treehouse at Slog and decided he'd have a little bit himself. Now, I don't think Shawn's ever visited this treehouse. Look what that kid did. He put a bunch of lanterns up there. Yeah, I think the settlers spend more time in that treehouse than he does. He did a fantastic job. He's also somewhat of a prodigy. He's been helping. He's been helping build the RadRoach. Folks, it's absolutely amazing. We'll get more on that a little bit later. But Sturgis, his jaws dropped open over what that kid can do. Now you see, the bottom floor of this building just had junk in it, and the generator. Well, that's not junk, that's important. This floor, it looks like half of it got tore away. In fact, the top floor looks like half of it got tore away because the RadRoach ripped it down the last time it passed this way. Cars, 15 caps. They're selling cars for 15 caps. How are we going to deliver cars to anybody? Even if they do buy them. How are we getting them out of here? Did you see what they're... is that a sales chair?
If you ain't been up to see Grey Garden, you should go. Whole place is run by robots.
What's this fine print? Delivery 10-5. Storage 9-5. Wait a minute. That's not 10, that's 10 to the 5th. They buy a car for 15 caps. There's no way they're driving it off the lot. So the price is 100,000 caps to deliver it, and whatever 9 to the 5th power is. Ah, yeah, a red hot poker, my friends. Oh, hey Sturgis.
What's going on?
Man, I'm just checking. Looks like the relentless daffodil had to lift it out. We're not tearing down their settlement. Hello, Mary Doyle.
For trouble, I hope.
I'm sorry. I'm not dangerous, really. Hey, we have a king around here. Old Rusty. Old Rusty's a good friend of mine. Inspired a good portion of my bills. Oh yeah. Old Rusty. If you haven't caught up with him, I suggest you do. Hey, look, we got a guard station over here. We stole this guard post from Shawn. Yeah, I hate doing something over at Taft and Boathouse while he wasn't looking. We just took that. That's the RadRoach, friends. Didn't see enough of it. I guess you'll see more. It's got 3 legs. 3 legs on the wheels. Yep, we're not going to see more. We're going to take a look at more of the housing. Yeah, there's a support group right there. That support group, I imagine, is talking about the treatment by the people in the upper stands. Let's take a look up here. I mean, they made a nice little home for themselves, didn't they? This'll work. This'll work well. All right. Now, Shawn and Sturgis built Shawn a vehicle. It has a turret in the back, and it's a hover car. Whenever Shawn goes out, he has to wear that suit of armor. The helmet right there will keep that turret from shooting his head off, thank God. But he cannot leave the settlement without 2 of our robots. And that would be Miss Gertie and Sinbad. Now, if I understand it right, Sinbad will deliver the cars for $100,000. By the way, this feature used to have a spinning car on top of a huge tire 3 times. And 3 times the same person bought both the car and the tire. That person's name is Miss D. Spawn. So we don't have a display for you right there. Okay. Hey, listen, this is Shawn's corner. He's always asking for telephones, vacuum tubes, cameras, hot plates, alarm clocks, microscopes, and biometric scanners. So he asks, we bring, and he gives us all kinds of mods for our weapons. And yes, he did take that poor turret apart. He had to see what was inside. More accommodations. They're comfortable enough. I kind of like it there. Looks cozy. There's no privacy though. Okay, more guard area. This is a pretty secure settlement. We'll see what happens when it gets put to the test. Oh, and there's great grandpa's throne right there. Thank you to Baron's bloody bodyguard. Where do you think they put the water purification? Yeah, it was back behind us. You know exactly where it was. Okay, more of the
Got a
RadRoach.
dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here.
Hey,
for
Mary
me.
Doyle. You say that to everybody, don't you?
I got work to do. Can't talk now.
So the RadRoach, you know what? Forget that. Mary Doyle built us this hibachi. She found a full-size Brahmin and apparently a baby Brahmin to cook. I've never seen that before. Tiny Brahmin leg. All right. So apparently the RadRoach will vaporize standing water and then cool it quickly. All the condensation is collected inside the RadRoach and cleaned up. More for how that works in a moment. Wow, this thing is insane. Come on, let's go look inside. Let's see what the guts look like. Ooh, we'll go look down there in a moment. It looks like the... Okay, here's the brain. The brain's the living area. I don't see the brain here. Yeah, this looks like a living area. So the RadRoach just travels around and the settlers stay on there and collect picture frames. What the heck? Oh, well, at least they get to see where the RadRoach is coming and going from. Okay, in the core, yeah, here's where the condensation happens. And the water is cleaned up and the irradiated materials are collected for use later. Okay, it's starting to make sense. But folks, I don't see no puddles of water throughout the Commonwealth that the RadRoach is going to be able to heat up, cool down, separate into radiated material and water. Hey, look at this. Got a little extra stuff from our raider friends. And there's Sinbad. Hey, Sinbad. No thanks, man. Sorry. Oh, man. Don't make that sound. Yes, I've beaten one too many raiders. We are giving away their power armor for 12 cents on the dollar. Ugh, this stuff stinks. Another look at the car lot. I still can't get over that. They are fleecing the Upper Stands residents. My word. No wonder there weren't that many cars on the road when I came up here. Okay. Let's notice something else about the RadRoach. How are they going to get those puddles of water? Oh, they're going to stir up the atmosphere with a rad storm. Well, that's always healthy. And they're going to make it rain. And then they're going to clear the weather up. And then act like a vacuum cleaner. That's how the RadRoach works. The reason old Rusty is a guest star in this particular video is he said Grandpa gets a little bit absurd. I don't like crab either. First one who remembers where that came from wins wins 2 caps. Oh, friends, my settlers are doing the teleportation shovel. Yes,
Farming's as honest
they
as
tend to do that when they're claiming that I've been way too outrageous and over budget, and that seems to have happened here at County Crossing.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
Yeah, isn't that something, Mary? Hey, folks, let's wait till night. Yeah, Mary thinks that the ghouls at the slog is something. I don't think Mary's been there lately. Woo. Hey, folks, look at the magic we can do with the lighting. All kinds of tricks. Now, this one is much more toned down than the other settlements. But it doesn't lack for its charm. Even Gertie up there, she's adding to our nighttime light show. All electrified. Oh yeah. Love the Commonwealth at night. You know, distant lights, when I drove around as a kid, they kind of told me that humanity was near, that people were close by. And after driving on a long, dark desert road for hours and hours, and finally seeing a scattering of lights, kind of warmed my heart a little bit. We knew that people were alive, people were living, and they were living their lives. Things were okay. And there may have been a radio station on there just playing some quiet music. And you're surrounded by space, sky, and all the stars. You can see the Milky Way clear. You just can't see that in the city.
Crops been growing pretty good lately.
And that's what the Commonwealth reminds me of at night. So folks, I'm going to have a seat here. I'm going to watch the settlers do the over-budget shuffle. It's a brand new dance. They have no clue what they're doing because there's no budget left. I want to thank you for joining me and watching this video with me. You have a fantastic day. Bye-bye, all.